I recently made some Black Friday purchases, not for friends and family, just for me. And one of those purchases was the absurdly over-advertised game, Deathloop. I had held off on getting it for a long time because I have college debt, but seeing it at a discounted price tricked my little gremlin brain into forgetting about my crippling college debt. Please help.
All my jeans have holes.
I'd only heard good things about it ever since it had launched. People were saying it was the game of the year, and that it had super satisfying combat and movement systems. So I was surprised when I started playing it that I was struggling to care about both the story and the gameplay. The whole time I was playing Deathloop, I was looking over my shoulder at the hottie behind me. But I kept trucking because of reputation alone, and eventually I found myself unable to pull myself away from Deathloop, going as far as playing the game when I got off from work on Friday to when I went back to work on Saturday. But if I wasn't stuck on the combat and the story, what held my interest? Deathloop, to me, is addicting because of secret codes. This might sound like the silliest thing you have ever heard in your entire life, but don't forget that a shrimp fried that rice. That's way sillier. And also, discovering and punching in secret codes in Deathloop is such a dopamine-enhancing experience. Like, killing a guy in Deathloop is super unsatisfying. They just kind of flop over dead. The only time a kill feels cool in this game is when you drop kick someone off of a ledge, but shooting and stabbing is just kind of meh. It doesn't have the punch to it that it has in other games like Call of Duty and Halo. But you know what does have a massive punch to it? Typing in a code on a keypad. A lot of this is tied to both the time loop mechanic and the stealth mechanic, as these are what make the code feel like a prized possession. You might only have a tight window of opportunity to rip a code off of someone's computer before hustling out unscathed. Stealthing in and finding it unnoticed make you feel like a tricky little hacker, but you could also just go in guns a-blazing and take what's rightfully yours. Once you have it, discovering its purpose is half the fun. Finding what time of day it needs to be deployed at and sneaking in with the knowledge of the power that list of 4 numbers contains is way more entertaining than it should be, as there are so many doors and safes that it could be used on, and eventually when you get to put it to use, it is a harmony of beeps and levers that settle in your gut and make you feel an unparalleled sense of accomplishment. But even with the absurd quantity, I never got bored of picking up a note with 4 numbers on it and slamming it into every terminal in sight. Deathloop is not a great game. It's barely even a good game, and it's definitely not a Game of the Year contender. So while I won't be giving it any Game of the Year awards, it definitely earns my personal award of Best Secret Codes Mechanic in a Time Loop-based first-person shooter set in the future with people from the past who have incredibly odd Freudian relationships that make me incredibly uncomfortable and also cause me to worry about the home life of the writer's Game of the Year. Thanks for watching the Deathloop video. Please remember to subscribe, as I would like to hit 100 subscribers before the year 2022, and we'll call that my life loop.